Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker. In the last episode, Elin attempted to shift for us. Sadly, it didn't work. We didn't actually get to see it. But she did mention someone called Sarah Dekker. I'm assuming that's Dr. Dekker's mum. So she was one of your patients?
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago.
Oh. She was one of your patients?
Sorry, I wish I could help.
I think I might have spelled patients wrong there. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so the game isn't giving us any hints about that. Oh well. What do you say when you shift?
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, "It's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum," or "I love you, Dad." But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
I don't know why that made me profoundly sad. I think it's very sweet, but I find it very upsetting at the same time. I'm not mad at Elin. I'm not like, oh, she's doing a horrible thing. I think she's trying to be nice. These people are dying and they are alone and they are going to be scared. And so, you know, they probably do want someone to sit with them and say, it's going to be okay. I'm here for you. You are loved. You don't need to be scared. Everything's going to be all right. And I think it's admirable that she's doing that. My one sticking point is the deception about the loved one. She could do that as herself. She doesn't need some magical ability to help people when they are scared. And yes, it would be nice for them to see their loved ones one last time. It would be amazing for them, but sometimes we don't get the Disney version. To use Elin's own words, sometimes we don't get the Disney version. And if the Disney version isn't real, sure, reality may be grim and dark and kind of depressing at times, but it's real. It has substance and weight, and it's not flim-flam like a lot of Disney things are. You know, they're like, oh, singing birds and la 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 la, you know, princesses and talking animals, blah blah blah. It's all, there's no weight to it. Am I making any sense? I hope I'm making sense. Now there's the question, where do we go from there? You know what, I'm gonna watch that back.
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, "It's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum," or "I love you, Dad." But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
It's a little white lie to give them some comfort in their final moments. However, I imagine there would be some people who don't want the white lie. They would want the truth. Like I said, I don't think Elin is a bad person by any stretch of the imagination. It's not even a case of questioning her motives. I think her motives are good. I think her desire is misplaced. Maybe that's a good way of saying it.
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's tricky for all of the reasons I have literally just said. She is kind of deceiving her patients. She's presenting them with something that isn't real, but if it brings them comfort, is it necessarily bad? I don't think she has any ulterior motive other than giving them some final peace. I don't think she hopes to get anything out of it. She was accepting the keepsakes, but I don't think that was her motivation. I think she was just kind of like, oh, they're giving me a nice gift before they die. I don't think she's wrong, because if she helps 99% of her patients say their final goodbye strong, then it's worth it. It's just that 1% who are like, I don't want to lie, I want the truth. And if that means I'm scared, then so be it. I'm scared. I don't necessarily think she's doing anything wrong. It's just that the morality is a bit skewy for me.
Good. Because I really feel this is something I have to do.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. No, Marianna. Why have you still not put on shoes? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Please don't look at me. Just look elsewhere. God damn. No, that is a very pretty dress. That's a beautiful dress. I don't want to ask Marianna about home visits. Okay, that's literally all we have to ask her about. So it's, hello, the paper spike home visits. There we go.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Okay, we'll ask you about that later. What do you know about the paper spike?
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Okay, so apparently he just put her checks on it. He didn't do any weird putting the spike through his hand thing. Checks?
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Okay. Dekker was, she said okay. Okay with it?
Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor.
No, I'm not. No, I reject that. Money.
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
It actually was money, okay.
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
No! No! Okay, so I was like, is there an option for... No, that's not how it is for everyone. Yeah, we'll just leave that. I guess this is a continuation of that one, so...
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
You don't like crowds? Then why do you go to bars?
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
She's like a shark.
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me. Wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
What? Oh, okay. Again, a lot to unpack there. He follows you?
They follow me. Wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
Marianna wants me to guess where people follow her. What happens after they follow her? Do they follow you to the beach? That's my first thought. Do they follow you to the beach? Do they follow her home, maybe?
Yes, they follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance.
I don't trust this girl. I don't like her. I'm getting... The further this game goes, the more siren vibes I am getting from Marianna. Oof. I think I'm gonna leave that for now. So we said hello, we asked about the paper spike, home visits. There we go.
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
No, I'm not. Let me say I'm not. Tell me, no, no, I'm not doing home visits. I don't want to get sued.
That's good. I'm not sure I can afford any more of your time.
There we go. I just want to make that clear. We're not going to your house. We're not going to a restaurant or the beach or a bar. None of that. We only meet in this room and then you leave and I cry. That's what happens, okay? Okay. Let's start from the bottom. Rent.
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Okay. That's very simple. Why do you feel blue?
I pay my rent to a landlady. I don't own my own place. I'm just passing through.
Okay. But that cleared out hello. There we go. Oh, God. I'm getting bad vibes. What happens after people follow you?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
That was it for Marianna? Okay, damn. That's not a good sign. I would just like that noted. That is really not a good sign. One, that they bang on her door for an hour. That's creepy as fuck. Two, if she just goes around to other places, they disappear and she never sees them again. Bad times. Right there. Hello.
I burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin, but I gave in.
Okay, why were you attacking the Salvation Army bin? For anyone who maybe isn't familiar with that organization, they are a charity that helps the homeless. However, gonna be brutally honest, if you are thinking of donating to charities, donate to a charity that isn't the Salvation Army, because they are horrifically homophobic. If they find out that one of the homeless people they're helping is gay, then they will take their stuff and chuck them out. They're not a friendly charity. Despite what they preach, they will only help people that match up with their philosophical views. So there are many other homeless charities out there. If you want to give money to one of them. The paper spike. What do you know about the paper spike with an E?
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
Really? Okay, I find that interesting. I can believe it. You know, to be very blunt, if I went to an office and there was a paper spike there and no one was really drawing any attention to it, I'm not sure that I would notice it either. It's just a rather mundane object. It's not like, I don't know, a bust of Charles Dickens. I'd be like, that's a bit weird, but okay. It's a run-of-the-mill paper spike.
I burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin, but I gave in.
Okay, yeah, you do want to go into that. Salvation Army bin. I'm guessing he means like a donation bin, like put your clothes in here and we'll come and pick them up.
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Okay. Hannah's diary. I think that's diary, or it could be dairy. Hannah's dairy. No, wait. Hannah's, there we go.
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. That she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it.
Oh, buddy. Buddy. He's built... I know I keep saying this. I keep saying this for Nathan, but I feel like it's true. He's built Hannah up to be this perfect angel, and she wasn't. She could have been a perfectly decent person, but she's not perfect. No one is. We're human. We're fallible. Oh, you regretted it.
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Oh, buddy, I get where you're coming from. You're angry. You've been mourning this girl for years, only to realise that she didn't actually love you when she was planning to split up. I get it, you're angry, but... I feel like he's angry at himself, and so he's putting that on Hannah's memory, maybe? Do you want to talk about Hannah?
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore? And thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
What? What? What?
You told me not to look for anyone else until I was ready. So I didn't. I've just been sitting at home, reading Hannah's diary, stewing. I ordered a pizza. A nice girl delivered it.
Okay. Okay.
It took a week of days to get that pizza girl to smile. And you know what did it? A tip, as much as the pizza cost. So money does make you happy.
Okay. Okay. That's Nathan's concerning me. When Nathan is angry, he concerns me.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
Okay. More problems.
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
I do like that. I like that he's calling out, even if you think that we're all just talking bullshit, the fact that we are saying this proves that we are worse than when we started. I like that, because that is the issue I'm running into. Part of me wants to treat this realistically, and the other part of me is like, but the game says it's real. Okay. Okay.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
Okay. A bit crazy. How so?
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Ooh. Ooh. Cursed.
Ah, the curse. Or remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
That's the thing. It's all the power of belief. Everything in this all stems down to the power of belief. If you believe hard enough, it'll happen. Ooh. Ooh.
Ah, the curse. Or remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
Okay.
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
A demonstration?
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
I'ma just play that again.
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
I love when the game does that. I love it so much. Hypnotize.
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
Okay. Forget?
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore. So I got basic therapist.
Oh. That's so interesting. Okay. Okay, maybe you were scared?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along, keep coming to the sessions, pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again, but I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know.
Oh, buddy. Buddy, calls and messages.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Okay.
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore. So I got basic therapist.
Okay. Basic therapist. Have I spelt that right? I think I have.
He told me lots of people get depression. To become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
What does that mean? Excuse me. Jaya would be what?
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Okay. Ooh, hello. Nathan says he talked to Jaya a lot. I should ask her. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to leave off right here. Nathan said some very interesting things about Dekker. Oh, okay. All right. I'm excited. I'm excited for the next episode when I can go back and cross-reference things with people. We've got a lot to cross-reference between Bryce and Claire, actually. Oh. Okay, well, that is going to have to wait until the next episode. So, until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.